What should we do now? What should we do now?
I don't know.
Can you guys see how unprepared I was for the situation? Now you know how important it is to be prepared for flood. So, to prevent yourself from being like them, stay with me until the end of the video. What can we do to prepare for flood? Here are some tips to make sure that we are well prepared for the situation. The first thing that we can do is to always listen to the radio, television or your emergency alerting station for any information regarding floods. Next is adhere to any emergency orders of authorities. If they ask you to evacuate, do so as soon as possible. The third one is being aware of streams, drainage, channels and other areas known to flood because there is a higher chance for these places to be flooded with water in a short period of time. Lastly, if there is any possibility of a flash flood, move immediately to a higher ground and do not wait for instruction to move. What are the do's and don'ts during evacuation? Firstly, make sure to switch off the main power source to your home and shut off the main valve for your home gas and water. Next, evacuate immediately before floodwaters become too deep for ordinary vehicles to drive through. Don't forget to follow recommended evacuation route and prevent shortcut as it may be blocked due to the flood. If you come to a flooded area, turn around and go another way. But if your car stalls, abandon it immediately and move to a higher ground. And if you have to walk in water, walk where the water is not moving and use a stick to check the firmness of the ground in front of you. Please do not walk through moving water, drive in flooded areas or wade in floodwaters as it may harm your safety.
As you can see, Pahang had 8,881 families and 34,924 persons displaced in 266 evacuation centers in 10 districts, which is the highest, while Terengganu had 13 families, 63 persons displaced in 3 evacuation centers in 1 district, which is the lowest. To prepare, here are some places to go when there is flood. First, evacuate if needed. Avoid lower ground such as basement or underground tunnels. Next, be careful on the area with electrical equipments if you are wet or standing in water. Please listen to your close authorities and instructors to know where to go.
Michigan State University Extension recommends us not to eat any unpackaged food that has come in contact with flood water. There are 3 steps on how you should do during flooding. First, boil the water for drinking to kill most types of disease-causing organisms in the water. Next, throw away damaged cans that show signs of swelling, leakage, punctures, holes, rust or dents as they can harbor dangerous bacteria. Lastly, prepare unscented liquid household, bleach on hand, an emergency supply of food and water and medication to be prepared for power outage.
Some tips to avoid electric shock during flood at home. For the first one is to turn off electricity from the meter circuit breaker MCB or turn it in the kWh meter. For the tips number 2 is to unplug all the electrical equipment that is still connected to the socket and raise the electronic devices to a higher and safer places. If the PLN installation and residents are dry and ready to be electrified. For the tips number 4 is to be more secure. People who will enter flooded areas also need to use personal safety equipment such as waterproof rubber boots, so if they pass through puddles they can avoid from being electric shock.
These are some of the electric shock cases happen during flood.